Hello, how are you doing? Um, yeah, I was working on just on a level here. I've moved these rings. I've taken these rings and remade them. See, this is because I wanted to be able to see the Star of David on the outside. So let's just switch this on, right? See, well, hold on. I'm just gonna I'm trying to figure out how to start this video, what to talk about first. So, if you remember on the other video, we had just had a light at the side, but that wasn't even there at that time anyway, so you don't know what I'm talking about, really, because it wasn't there. So I wanted to have a light. We need to switch this on so you can see it, right? You can only see this when these rings are spinning. It's spinning quite fast. Right, so I've taken that light away there. You can see the Star of David at the pole. There's a star at the poles. So I was trying to make that illuminated at the side there. Could you see that? So what I've done is I've got a projector light, an aerial light, and it's attached to a light shape and a clip volume. Hold on. Wait, so see the light shape? It's just two triangles opposing each other. This is the light shape here. Right, wait, hold on, take it out so you can see it. Right, basically, you see that line? That's attached to the light. So see when you put this here and then attach the light to it and switch it on, you can see the side here. I'm switching it on and off. See the clip volume, it bounds the light to only that area. And so, I mean, if it's even disconnected the light from the clip volume, it would be shining all over the place. But I wanted just to emphasise this shape at the edge of the pole at the poles here. You know, it's already there as well. All this is doing is lighting up parts that's already there. Because if you've removed the clip volume, you can see that the Star of David is there. Can you see it? If I move all this stuff out of the way, hold on. So, move that. Then you can see it, it's always there at the edge. No, this is on the outside. Because these are new rings that I've built. Remember, it was only on the inside. And you've got there's a light there that's lighting up that one. Let me just put this back. I was trying to explain this. So you've got the ones on the outside are blue, and the one on the inside is it's supposed to be like a fiery colour, like see if all these rings were really intersecting at the poles here, there would be a lot of friction. There would be a lot of friction, and so this area would be glowing. And so I've put a light here, and you see it's another clip volume. There's another clip volume there, and also I've had to push it inwards because it's affecting the vortex thing there, the specular. So instead of turning the specular down, because I'm using the specular lighting on that, so instead of adjusting the lighting on this, what I done was I made this light really narrow so it doesn't affect that area, and it's only affecting this part. And if you turn it off, look. Right, if you turn it off, that's the light off. You can see it's still there. So all that light is doing is just lighting up the star that's already there. It's like it's not. You see it's already there. I just wanted to put a light at the sides, at the poles, just to light up this particular area. And the best way to do that was to make a light shape. And the light shape is just lighting up areas, the light geometry that's already there. It's not as if it's been added there anyway. So see the one on the outside. Let me take this out so I can show you this a second. Right, you just stop this whole thing. You can look back and have a look at what that is. I want to show you I want to talk about the particles that I've made there. Right, so this is a new ring, right? No. The ring is I tried to make it identical to the other one. I should have them side by side, by the way. So I tried to remake the ring, right? So that hey, what's going on with it? So that it was on. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the original one, that one. See, there's 4 rings. There's 6 rings here. Oh, this is really annoying. Right, so you've got, see these ones on the outside, and you've got some on the inside. Ah! Hey, there shouldn't be 3 there. What the heck, man? We need to look at that. Anyway. Right, so see the original ring? Hold on, because I'm going to end up breaking this. There's the original ring here. Take it out. I don't know why there shouldn't be 3 in there. What the heck? Right, that's going to cause some performance issues. You look at that. This is the original ring, okay? You can see on the outside there's no lines. And you see on the... Ah, man. Right, so I built a new ring, okay, and on the outside I put the lines. And I had to make it all again, but see when I remade it and I put it together, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. And the Star of David was different. It was out of proportion for some reason. Because the first time I had done it was completely spontaneous and random. I wasn't even trying to do it. So I tried to remake it again, right? I tried to make another ring so that you could see Star of David on the outside, okay? And that's why. Right, hold on, this is really, what the heck, man? There should not be 3 rings there for a start. I'll need to look at that. It's really confusing when I'm trying to speak about this, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so so now when you use the new ring, and you put the thing in place, you see it on the outside as well. Right, you'll not be able to see it because I can't make these spin right now. Is that right? No, it's not the right angle. You can see the shape of that. It looks like the seed of life. Weird. Anyway, when you can only see this when the rings start spinning. and it only shows up because of these lines at the side as well. You wouldn't even notice it. I mean, you could have put these 3 rings together like this and not even seen anything. It's only because they're spinning. So now we can see on the outside. Now you can see a Star of David on the outside and on the inside. Okay, because I've made new rings, and I've made these new rings have got the lines that are on the inside on the outside as well, so that you see it on the outside. And that was because I wanted to be able to see it from the distance. Right, so just get rid of these, right? Wait, let me just show you what this is first of all. What to do that. So we've got a particle here. That's one particle, right? If we open the particle editor by clicking this button and going to the effect, it's a custom particle that I've made. It's got if you can see over the right hand side there, so the settings for the particle. So you've basically got you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 like streams of particles, all like going off at different distances, and they've got different ranges and angles on them, and they're attached to the rings here. So see, when you start the ring, it starts to spin and it creates a spiral shape. Watch this. Oh, let's get rid of this. It's also, there's a explosion particle there that's emitting a shockwave. Right, that's there as well. So see, we go up here and then start this thing. Right, you see the two, these are attached to the rings, and so they start spinning and they leave behind a trail, like a spiral trail. And if you let it run, see, if we go back a bit and let it run, you'll see that it turns into a giant spiral thing, and you see that the things start to appear. See the initial flame. This is what that is. You see it's starting to form. Let it all spread out and you see it. And look, it kind of looks like a galaxy. See, it's starting to spread out. So you can see the two particles at the side. They're attached to that ring there. This one. No, this one here. No, not that. That. Wait, I can't select it. It's that one. That one. So you can see as it's spinning around, it leaves a trail because it's attached to the rings. No, let's look at it, right? So, from a distance, I look at it from the other side. That's just something I've been working on. So you see, you can see the geometry there from a distance. It's not placed properly because it's a bit off. You can see at the side it was it's not lighting up at the side properly though. So with the original rings that I built, they could only see this thing from the inside, and have kept them there as well. You've got the original rings on the inside, and that's why there's like multiple rings in place here. So the reason I put the light here was just to extenuate the Star of David, and so you could see it from far away, and you could see it from outside, but you can also see it from inside, which is where it already was. And you see that you see that the original one had see, it's got the seed of life in the centre of it. You've got the cross, and then And that is basically, you can see that on the other side. No, you can't. Oh, you can. But this is why it's different. On the outside, it just looks like a cross in the center. These lines in the middle of the rings are making a cross, but because whoa, what's happened to that one? Oh no, did I delete? Well, I've deleted a ring. Ah! Back. I've deleted something. I'll just reload the level. There it is there, see it? And then it spun again. No, it stopped spinning. Right, I'm going to reload the level because I've deleted something by mistake. Just reload it. I'm trying to show how I made these particles, and I should have had them side by side, the new one and the old one. Actually, I could try and take them out so I can show you them side by side. Right, they should not be free in here. Look at this, look. 1, 2. Oh, there's only 2. I don't know where the third one came from. Maybe I duplicated it. I think I did. By mistake. Okay, so basically what you've got here is 6 rings on top of each other. And you can see the new ones, the new rings are show the Star of David on the outside. And the old ones, the old original rings are in the same place, and they are producing the Star of David on the inside. Basically you can only see it when it starts as well, and you can only see it there because of the light. Because of the light shape. If you turn the light shape off, right, it just goes to show you that you cannot see this when it's stationary. It's only when it's spinning. Right, turn the light shape back on. All it's doing is extenuating what's already there. So you can see it at a distance as well, which is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to be able to see it from a distance. Then I've added this vertex particle thing. In the centre of it, and you've got the tetrahedron, which is out of proportion. It's stretched on the arm. It's not proportional. I just put that in the centre because it looked cool. Right, so anyway, what we were talking about there, right? We were talking about see the things, the lines in the centre of it that's forming the 6 pointed star. In the centre of it, it looks like the seed of life, right? You can see it from the outside and from the inside. Can you see it there? It's going really fast. Basically, you've got. I mean, you couldn't try and stop that. I mean, basically, what's happening there is. See how you've got these lines here. See them? Well, they're all meeting here, and they form the exact same shape as the entire thing. It's just like micro, macro. Because see the shape of the whole thing itself is reflected in the geometry that appears at the centre of the hexagon, which is a 6-pointed star. The 6-pointed, it's like the seed of life. Go and look at it in Google. Right, it looks like that. It's completely unintentional. I didn't switch on the CRYENGINE and say, oh, I'm going to build this. No, I'm going to do today. I'm going to build a machine that does all this. No, that's not how it worked. It just happened spontaneously. I didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to build a machine that's going to look like this and it's going to do this. It just happened. I didn't intend for it to happen, it just happened. But this is just a further work on what I had already, and I could go to that level, the original, where I seen it, where it manifested originally. We can have a look at the original one. So what I've done, I've taken it out. This is right. I'll speak about that. You've got this thing here. It's what I've made. It's part of a sequence that I'm working on now. If we go to the flow graph and make sure it's switched on. Yeah, it's still on. It's a flow graph for all the. You've got the all the delays and all the particles coming on, enabled to disabling, and you've got the cameras. You've got the camera movement. You've got screen effects. So if we go to the environment editor and change the time back to where it should be, 113:84. Also put volumetric clouds on and then go in game. I mean, see this ship here, this is something else I was working on. It was supposed to just be a ship with the camera changes and it just rotates around. It's like a benchmark thing. I'm going to turn it into a benchmark. But see this thing that's emitting all the particles over here, that's what we were just looking at, and I put it into this level because I'm going to use it as a part of the video for this, which is hear that? That card just needs a BIOS update. I need a BIOS update for my card. It's a RTX 2070 and the fans are revving up. Strange times, it's acting strange. Right, you can see there's something going on here. See, that's supposed to be spinning. You put the view you need to put the view distance up while you fix your engine, man. Make things work. No wonder people have moved on to the Unreal Engine. It hardly works, man. You've got to see the amount of carry on you've got to do to get things working, man. There's no tutorials. Good luck trying to find tutorials for the CRYENGINE. You need to wing it. You need to basically wing it with using the CRYENGINE because you get no help. You get a problem, you're going to have to just figure it out on your own, or you. Give me a second, hold on. Yep, it's definitely something going on with this. E. Volumetric clouds, man. See, that's supposed to be on. It's not on because it's not on the right. It's not at the right time. Which is fine. So I can't use the mouse while that's on. So what else? So this This engine is amazing if you can, if you've got patience to use it. You need a lot of ingenuity just to use it. But you could see that it just changed there. You can, fucking view distance, man. But you can see the volumetric clouds have enabled, and so it kind of. Originally, I made this without that. See the rings that are, the other rings that are spinning, not those ones. Hold on. Originally, it was just this spaceship in this level. Not see this the big spiral thing there. That wasn't there. I've only just added that because I'm working on like making particles for it, and I've just put it into this sequence. But that's not supposed to be there. That's why it's flinging loads of particles this way. So originally this sequence is just supposed to be this ship with the camera going around it, and the time of day is changing. At specific times the time of day is changing, and the volumetric fog is switching. The volumetric clouds are switching on and off. You can see here they've went back on again, and see the particles that are, it looks like a warp speed particle that's been switched off. So it looks like it's kind of stopped, it's come out of warp and it's in a place. Let me bring it closer so you can see. Did I put the blur back? So I was going to put music on this. Put some music on it. Hold on. You know, some of them are a bit long. Some of the sequences are a bit long. But it's supposed to be kind of... There we go, see that? You've got the Earth, and you've got Nibiru, you've got the red and the blue Kachina, which are up there, they've been hidden. They're up there. We've got multiple pictures of them. There's planets here right now that are being hidden in the sky. There's multiple stars that are close. There's multiple planets that are close and they're being hidden. Hidden. You know who's on the planet? You know who's on it? Right. Take a guess. So you see, it goes to here, and then the warp particle enables, and then it flies off somewhere else. Can you see the volumetric effects coming from that light there? It took me ages to do that. Well, it didn't actually. It's basically you've got two invisible spheres, which have got a cloud texture, an alpha transparent cloud texture, that are spinning in opposite directions, right? And they're spinning in opposite directions around the light, and they're casting shadows. So the light is shining through them and it's creating loads of volumetric effects. Right, so we can just stop that now. Boosh. Right, so I mean, wow, that's weird. See when you stop it, it does that. I mean, see this ship thing here? Let me bring the camera closer, if you can hear. This is just something I made from pieces of, I had an engine that I'd made, and I just decided to like work on it, and then it ended up, I ended up with this. It's just some kind of like light ship. See if you look at it though from here. I've got some pictures of it when I was first building it. It looks interesting. when you look at it from a certain angle. You can hardly see the geometry there because of the particles. I'm just going to show you the wireframe. I've got other pictures here I could show you right now. And I've got some images kicking about here. Oh, there's my son. My son hiding in a tree. Miss you, boy. If we go to desktop, temp, oh, I don't know where I've put it. You know where it is? No? Ah, here they are. You see, these are pictures I've taken of that ship we were just looking at when I was first building it. And you can see me looking at it from this direction. Look at that one. Wow. You can see these, see the geometry that I made these with? These are really complex, high poly geometry things, and they were really sucking the performance, and so I changed them, and basically now they look like, if I could stop these, they're just not as complex as the ones I had there originally. It was these ones, these wings here, see them there? You can see they're just really basic shapes, basic geometry. We'll see originally they look like that, right? And it gave it a really interesting character, which is not there anymore. So I'm glad I took these pictures, because I've changed the whole thing. And you really can't see that anymore because of all the particles that's going on. But I mean, if you look at that, it looks like a guy, right? He's got there's his hat. He's got that mad hat, like a magician's hat. He's got his hands out, and he's got these jets that are coming off of his hands and off of his head, and he's just like flying. Can you see that? Didn't that look really interesting? Right, go to the next one. That's it from another angle, and you can see that they've got these jets that are coming out. These are custom particles, and it just looks like it does look like somebody with a hat on. This is looking at it from underneath. That's it further back, and this is the whole thing. It looks like a comet as well. It looks like a comet. You can see there's the ship there, and you've got the particles that are emanating from a point here, and they're spreading out like warp speed particles. You can see them. It's all custom made. I made all these particles and modified them, and it just ended up looking like that, and it looks like a comet. You've got the ones at the front, you've got like lightning arcs which have been emitted from the point and are connected to the engines here. So you've got these lightning arcs. What else? There's another image of it. You can see it there. Yeah, so that's so I'm glad I took those images and I've kept those, because it doesn't look like that anymore. It doesn't look like that anymore. And I think if you take all the particles away and looked at this, it's got a strange shape to it as well. It kind of looks like a six-pointed like 6-pointed thing. See, we take the particles away. If we go to display. Shit. Hold on. I've not got it open. Now get that open. You know what we should do, right? I'm going to disable these particles so we can see it. Oh, there's other things I wanted to talk about the movie Contact as well. And how the star that that the message came from was Vega. And is there anything else though? There's another particle. What is it? Warp speed effect. Just disable all of these and then see, that's sending loads of particles this way, so you'll not be able to see it much. In fact, you can't see it because of this. Because of these. Let's move these out of the way a second. You see that and that. Turn them off. You need to wait for them to stop. Freaking wow, man. You can see down there, that's Nibiru, the red and the blue Kachina. You've got this sphere that appears around the whole thing. And they're down there, you're not supposed to see them down there because they get beamed into specific places at specific times. Wait, is that gone? They arrive, they just arrive at specific times. You can see them. You're not supposed to see that down there. I've just got the view distance up so I can like edit the level. You've got this cloud here. We need to get rid of this cloud. Cloud. One of these. Which one is it? One. That one. This one. Oh, that's it there. It's gone. Right, another thing is from this, there's a shockwave and there's volumetric clouds as well. We get rid of them. Right, use the console. We've got it here. So you've got the volumetric clouds off. You now should be able to see that as well. Now let's go underneath it and look at it. Look. See how there it is there from underneath. You see, we look at it in wireframe mode. It looks weird. I looked at it with the particles off, right, and it looked as if it had like 6 points. It looked like a hexagonal shape from here. It looks like a candlestick, like a posh candlestick. It's best looking at it from that way because of the planets down there. It's just weird, the shape of it. So, we'll need to get the picture. Where is it? It's not actually on here, so we'll need to go to Google. See that I got custom images on my Brave browser. It loads up all these images. Right, anyway, wait. Type in NVIDIA GTX. No. Go back. Wait. Type in EVGA GTX 970 SC. Right. Look at this. Right. No. See that box. That's the box I had with it. I've sold this card on eBay last month. A lucky buyer bought it. And this is the card, right? That card that I built the original thing with, which we're gonna load up in a second. I'm gonna load it up right now. See the original machine where the Star of David manifested from the poles. There's a star. It manifested through the poles, and it was completely unintentional. It happened. It made it on this card. And you see, when you look at the logo, I seen Vega, right? And it does look like Vega, the EVGA. And I only noticed this after I sold it, when it was sitting down there. It was sitting down here. Where's my finger? It was sitting over there. Like, as I was waiting to post it away to the buyer who bought it. And I just noticed that the logo for EVGA looks like Vega. Doesn't it? Vega. That said to me, Vega, right? As I was watching Contact, the movie Contact. Oh, see these rings? You can see in the other rings that they're all in one piece. I'm having to do this business right now because they're not going to spin. It's not going to spin anyway because it's not even configured. Look, it's not even configured. Why is it so dark? Oh, it's not configured. So I've been working on the other level. This level is completely, it needs reworked. All the lighting is all messed up for this level. But anyway, see when I built this machine, I built it on this with this graphics card, and it says Vega, right? And if you look at the movie Contact, because there is some correlations going on here with the movie Contact. Every movie I watch, there's some kind of correlation. This just went all blocked. Wait, so let's have a look at this, right? Wait, this is the original machine, and it's not starting because the flow graph has been taken out. What is that? Was that disabled? Hey, that shouldn't even be there, man. Yeah, anyway, so you can see it's really dark as well. So I've not even set this up. You can see the original rings have not got anything on the outside. Let me go back to the other one because this is not working right. Whoa! What is in this? What is this? What is that? Oh, that's the other thing that's there. Oh, right, okay. This is why it's not working, because I was working on something else in this level. It's not started rotating properly yet. So you can see it there. Now you see the sides. you can see how I've used a light. Oh, it's gone all blurred. It's just screen effects. You can't even see it. Wow, look how blurry that is. They just stop it and go back over there. Whoosh. Right, what we've got going on here is these clouds are making a leaving behind the trail, but the problem is with that, see when you look away, then look back, they disappear. Oh, it didn't happen, no. Look away, then look back, see them all, they've all disappeared. Oh no, they haven't. But it does happen. Anyway, that's why it's good to use particles, because the law was there. Right, so we're going into here. This is just basically a... Right, I don't know what it is. So you can see as well, when you've got the volumetric light in the centre, which I've taken out of the other one. I didn't want a lot of light in the centre of the other one, because I wanted to be able to see inside the rings and see what's going on in the inside of the rings. But see this one's got a huge volumetric light in the centre, and it's got shadows enabled. You've got volumetric fog, and you've also got this. See, I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but can you see there's the streaks of light moving around there? That's the... Yeah, there's a light up there that's got these things around it. I'll show you that in a second, but this is interesting. Look at this. There's a big cross, and again you've got this that seed of life shape, which is the 3 rings, which creates that Star of David at the poles. If you look at it edge on, it's a 6-pointed. I mean, it looks like a chi rho. Have you heard of the? It looks like a symbol. And if you see that symbol, this symbol here, that the cross with the line through it, it's an ancient symbol. So it is, and it's a really primitive, primary. Not primitive. It's a really primary formation. It's everywhere in nature. It just so happened that when you put 3 rings together in this configuration, it looks like that at the sides. And you've got the light in the middle that creates a cross. There's a galactic cross. It looks like a galactic cross, doesn't it? And so if you go inside here, you can see, and again you can only see this when it's moving. You can see this is, remember this is the original one. This is why we've opened this level, because this is the original machine, and you can see that the 6-pointed star thing is perfect there. So I try to make these rings again. You can see that on the other level, so that you can see the thing on the outside. Okay? And it didn't work properly. It wasn't as perfect as this one. Because the see this one, see when the center, when that 6-pointed thing lights up in the center, it's perfect. And I've not been able to recreate it again, because this is like spontaneous and just is like a one-off. I've tried to recreate it and I can't, which is crazy. And I'd see the other ring. Basically I tried to remake a ring, right, so I could get the formation here and on the outside. And when I've recreated it, it's not the same. It's not the same. And see how there is a... Can you see it here? Yeah, there's an overlap happening. We talked about that in the other video. I wanted to speak about it again, really. There's an overlap And again, these are the same rings, but they're a different colour, which is why I wanted to go into that and get that ring started. So we can look at the original machine, the original rings and the original colours, because you can see that there's an overlap happening. Ah, whoa, whoa! We just stopped it in time. Oh my god! Look at this, right? So you've got you've clearly got overlaps happening there. And so see, when I remade the rings, because I wanted to make this, because I basically put the lines and the segments on the outside, right? I couldn't edit the ring I had and put them on the outside. I had to make a whole new ring. So I had to make these again. So I had to make all these again. And there were different dimensions and different lengths, and so it didn't work as this one. And so this one, they're overlapping and stuff. Look, overlapping and going under. It's insane. And actually, and also the new ring, it might have been different. It might have a different amount of curves in it, angles in it. See, when you make a cylinder, you need to choose the amount of curves. And I think it had a different amount of curves because it just wasn't the same. It wasn't overlapping like this one. And that's pretty impossible, by the way. I mean, I've tried to do this again, right? And it won't work. Which is just, and that told me that the one that I made originally was completely unique. Because I tried to do it again and it wasn't the same. Because I was intentionally trying to do it, you know, and it wasn't the same. And you can see how everything is like perfect on these ones. There's a different colour. You've got, these are yellow, the other ones were white. Right, but they're going in and out at the sides, at the poles, and it's creating like a pole star. There's a solid fixed pole star at each pole of these rings, this configuration of rings. There's a solid fixed star at the pole. Man, that's cool. I should take a picture of that, babe. I've stopped it right in the right time. Right, so let it go. And you can see that in each pole, on each axis, there's a fixed star. It's like a pole star. Yeah. Right, and so anyway, the reason why, this is completely bizarre, man. The reason, we spoke about this in the last video, didn't we? So we get the cylinder. Get a cylinder, I'll show you, right? So this is the tool to make shapes and things. So you get the cylinder, we choose like a random number of subdivision, right, which is 42. We draw out, we can't even do it here, man, because there's no terrain. We can't even draw it in anything here, because we're out in the middle of space. And the snap tool won't snap to anything. Ugh! Anyway, the subdivision in these rings is really, there's something going on with this. Wait, stop it, stop. See the subdivision here? That's these angles. That somehow, they just fit. And it's also the shape and the size of the rings themselves. You know, you can reshape these, and they could have been any size. But see, when they're a specific size, they overlap at the poles, and you can see it there. Can you see it? Look, it's going in. It's going in there, it's going under there, because they're like meeting, like there's like edges on them, you know, and that some is going over, some is going above, it's going under. And you can see one there, this one is going under that one because of the subdivision and the angle. It's bizarre, really bizarre how it's all going in and out, and it looks like a, and again you can't really see it when it's not moving. By the way, see if you take the light off, because is there a light there? Yes, there is. If we take that off, you can still see it really, but you can't really. And I need to show you the other machine anyway. We take them off. Why is that on? So you can see, you can't see it on the outside. See, if we put wireframe mode on, you can see it. Yeah, there's another one of these I made, didn't I? I made another one. If we can find it. What is it? So you see on the outside, there's no... See the patterns that are on the inside? They're on these rings, they're just on the inside, they're not on the outside. It's going blurred because there's a sequence happening that you need to stop. So if you look at it with the wireframe, you can see that it's there. Okay, so let's try and find the other thing, the other machine. Where is it? Hey, that's just a particle that I made. Experimenting with particle there. This is that system here. It's the sphere in space, and inside it. Yeah, it's in the other level. And I mean, this was I was inspired to make this from the emerald tablets, because what Toth was describing, I kind of thought I knew what it was, which is geometric things and seats and faces and all that. Stop. So basically, this is just like geometric things around this a sphere in the centre of the Earth. It's not set up properly. Neither is this. These are like entities, like spirits. The spirits that incarnate into Earth and incarnate into the bodies of people and all that. It's in the inside of the Earth, and they come up through the Earth and incarnate into people. You've got in here, you've got this machine. That wasn't even there. Neither was the one outside. This was just the Earth, right? You got the Earth, you got all the separate layers there. See them? Right? You got a bit of parallax occlusion, a bit of displacement going on, but it's not much. You've got some, he's flickering because it's not really. You see the clouds flickering there. It's not really set up properly. You've got the lights are flickering as well. It's not really set up. Basically, that was just the Earth. These had lights on them. If I could show you the video how that looked originally, it's completely different. This as well. You see, you've got these things at the poles. You've got like transparent tubes at the poles. I don't know what's that all about. You know, because species evolve from the inside out. You know, we evolve from the cores out. So then you had this machine. You can see, I mean. So basically, there was just the Earth, that thing in the centre. I've got loads of videos of it, the way it was. So it's not as if I've lost it, because you had like rotating, opposite rotating, like spheres, like Birkeland currents, rotating in the opposite direction. And so it was basically just that, and then the church in the centre. That wasn't there. That wasn't there. The other one wasn't there either. then I basically, this is the St. Finn Cathedral that I remade, but it's different. It's supposed to be like an etherical, like the spiritual, like a lot of the objects are not here, the lights are not here, the candles are not here. You see them, that candlestick's empty. All the objects have gone. I've taken them all away, so it's just basically just some geometry. You've got the organ that's still there, and you've got these portal things that are representative of something, because I've seen something in this level, and it was something weird happened. You know, I've got a lot of weird things happen. And I put this here. I was going to turn this into a blue flame, but I couldn't. I need to make a new texture for it. Right? This is supposed to be blue. Anyway. And so I put in the 7, there's like 1, look, and they all correspond to the colours of the chakras, if you notice, look. All these portal things here, see them? And they've all got lights and volumetric lights, and you can see that, that's one of them, that's a volumetric light, see that? And the colour of it corresponds to the colour of the chakras. So that was in here. That was in here. You know, this was in here. You know? I kept that there. It's like the organ, it's like speaking. It's like a voice. Right, so we go out here. Basically, that's not even finished. It's just basically an etherical version. If you could imagine that, like an etherical version of the church and the inside of the earth. It's got no. I mean, the table, that shouldn't be there. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's still a work in progress. I put these trees on the outside of it, and you can see the that's a clip area, which is not working. It's a clip area. It's supposed to clip the light out. It does work. It's supposed to be a custom shape. It's supposed to cut all the light out from coming in here, so that it's completely not affected by any of the light that's here. See these? Do you see these? They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be spinning. There's supposed to be light shining on here. It's not complete or nothing. It's all broken actually. It's all broken. So that needs put back to the way it was. I mean, it's strange where this appeared anyway. It's strange it just appeared outside of this cathedral, inside that, and inside that, and inside that. There's a sphere inside a sphere. There's like a sphere inside a sphere, inside of another sphere, and then there's a church. And it's just weird that it appeared outside of this church here. Right, so you can see in this one, right, because this is the original machine. We're not going to switch it on because I can't, because it's just a lot of carrying on. We can see in this that's undiscernible. Can you see that in the camera? It's just really glowy and bright. You need to turn something down so you can see in the camera. Hold on. Environment. Bloom. The bloom's up. Wow. Right, turn this down so you can see properly, okay? Can you see that? See, that's not discernible. There's no discernible geometry at the poles there when it's switched off. It's like a jumbled mess. And see here. I don't know why it stopped there, by the way. That's... Wow. You can see it a wee bit there. So you can. But there's a light on it. And there's a light here. Which shouldn't actually be on. While I'm showing you this. See, there's a transparent tube there. Come here. Get off. Right. This one, switch that off because it was glowing it. Right, now look at this. Look at the poles. It's kind of undiscernible. You really can only see it when they're spinning. You put the wireframe mode on, you can see it. But you can't really see it until it's unless it spins, which is strange. So this is the original machine, and if you look in the original video, these were white. So that's been changed. I changed that yellow to white. It just looked different. And this is where it originally manifested when it came through, was here. Because, and if you see this ring, I mean that forms like an 8-pointed star, can you see that? Cool shape. I like that shape, because it fills in all the angles. But see this one? You get rid of that because that's not even part of it at all. I only put that there because well, for whatever reason I put that there, and it was because it fills in all the angles. You got one horizontal, 45 degrees, and then one vertical, but it's gone because I'm just taking it away. And so you got the six-pointed star, and so the whole of it is visible in the centre of it when the 6 points meet here. Don't know what you would call that. Would you call that fractal, or it just, the whole of it mimics the whole of it is represented in the poles in the centre of the hexagon, in the poles. I don't know what that means, but like micro, macro, as above, so below. That's what it says to me. Okay, so let's go and find the other one. Right. So I've made another one, and I made it fatter. If I can find out where it is. Launch pad, is it in here? I mean, see, if you look at a hexagon. See, if you look at a hexagon, it's basically a Star of David with its triangles cut off. Just randomly, look, I'll just show you this. Look, it's just random. See if you get a hexagon. Hexagon. I spell it right. How can you misspell hexagon? Hey, see if you get a hexagon. See if you continue the lines. Open that up, right? See if you continue the lines on a hexagon. So continue this line, boop. Continue that line, boop. Continue this line, boosh. Continue that line, boosh. It's going to add 6 triangles. And it creates a Star of David. And also, see if you fill in the diagonals inside of a hexagon. You get that. You get that. Isn't that amazing? I was just looking at this last night, actually. You get 3 angles on each corner there. So you can see one corner goes across, another corner goes through to that one, another corner goes down to that one, and each of them do that, and they create a Star of David inside the hexagon. And also you can make a Star of David by completing the points as well in the hexagon. And also, if you can see inside the hexagon, there's a 6-pointed. See that? Like a 6-pointed shape. And it's exactly like that. It's exactly like that. I'm gonna find it. See, we're looking for it. Look, there's a picture of my son. There's a picture of my wee boy. The courts up here messing me around, man. I'm supposed to get some basic information about my son and they can't even send me that. There's some gaslighting going on, by the way. Some gaslighting going on. The family courts, they don't protect children. Mate, they're the same. They're the same as the people who are keeping me away from my son. They're the same. Exactly the same. Same sick mind. So you go to the courts, you go to the family courts to try and get help. You know all they've done? All they've done is gaslight me and use my son and basic information about him to try and cause me pain. I've not seen my son in 4 years. He's been withheld from me by his mother. The sick-minded system is not helping the situation either. And it's sick, corrupted mind. Your sick mind, we're coming for you. You're sick, by the way. Your world is fucking sick, I'm telling you. You're sick. You're very, very, very sick. Corrupted. Wait for it. Fucking wait for it. Just can't carry on. Families are not getting looked after. You go to the family court to try and get support, to try and get support from for a very, very awful situation where my own son has been kept from me. Do you want to see her face? Do you want to see her? You want me to show you her? Show you her? I'm telling you, see, soon I'm gonna like really expose this person, man. See, your street where you're living on, I'm gonna tell everybody in your street what you're doing, man. See, your school where he's going to, I'm gonna tell the whole school what you're doing. I'm just waiting for the court case, the final hearing. Is it got a final hearing? In March. Then they're gonna make a decision whether I'm gonna get access to see my son. It's a fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. I'm telling you. I'm trying to keep it calm here, by the way. Right, we can't see this. Don't know, I'm gonna keep looking for it. See if he's in one of these. Do you want to see her face? Do you want to see her face? Here, I'll show you. Fucking kept me away from my son for 4 years, this woman, man. She's not even phoned me or nothing. Won't even give me a phone call, won't even tell me their address so I can send them a Christmas card and birthday cards. They won't give me no information about my own son. This is a sequence I'm working on for the polar configuration. It's not finished yet. You know, the bloom's up too high. It's all bloomy. It's this camera, when you point it at the screen, the bloom is really, really high and it's all... These are all the different shapes that the Venus emitted. That's Venus. Power saving. Whoosh. There's the screens going off. Oh, Don't think so. I don't think so. There's a Hamza. You can see the squatter man there. See the squatter man holding up the formation. That's like a Celtic cross, isn't it? Wait, what the f... Let me fix that. To wait till it finishes. If you don't know what this is, by the way, look, you've got that's Saturn. You can see its hexagon there. You can see that's Saturn. See the crescent? That's Saturn. You can see its hexagon spinning, rotating. You've got Mars in it is the apple of the eye. It's the centre. It's the boss of the spoke. The central boss. I'm not trying to use posh words to describe it. It's basically the Eye of Ra. There's a sequence I'm working on. This actually happened back in history, and it was shocking. You can see that again. It's just not in that level, right? So we go back and we try and find this. I don't know where the heck it is, man. Hey, what about this one? Look at this. These eyes keep appearing, man, in my work. No, one time I drew something freehand. I drew something freehand, right? And I drew an eye. It's like things that you see on the ground. I see them in the sky. So basically what I was doing here This is the proto-Saturn. You see, there's Earth and there's Mars. Wow, because we were once together. And there was the other, I think Uranus might have been there. We were once in the Saturn, in the sheath of Saturn, protected by Saturn's sheath. That's the core of Saturn. This is proto-Saturn, and it was shaped like an egg, right? And we were kept safe. It was the purple dawn, the Garden of Eden. Everything was perfect and ordered. There was no day, there was no night, there was no cycles. We couldn't see the stars. You don't know why you shouldn't be able to see the stars. We were in a perfect. This is before the configuration, actually. This is when Saturn was just travelling through space as a proto-star, and it got attracted to the sun and the moon, the sun system, which we're here right now. And it basically got attracted and then formed the configuration around Saturn, and all of that business happened. But basically, I put Saturn and Mars inside of a sheath, right? And I put the core of Saturn in the centre. I shaped it like an egg, and then I looked back at it. I was like, wow, it looks like an eye. See that? Amazing. It's good from that point of view. So that's behind. See the Earth and Mars are in front of there. You can see them. Doesn't that look amazing? See that big eye there? I'm watching you. We're watching you! You think you're watching us? We're watching you. Right, so you go to the. I'm still trying to find this. We're in the sky watching you. I think you're watching us. I don't know what I've done with this level. Wow, I'm kind of at a loss to see as to where it is. I'm just showing a. You see this? You can't even see nothing because of the bloom. Let me turn it down every time the level loads. You see that? Yeah, it blooms up too high. You can't really see anything when the camera is pointed at a screen. Imagine that. Venus, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Look what it done. Look what it done to Mars. Look what it done to Earth. Look at it. Do you think the Saturn's hexagon was there at the time? That's why I put it there. I think it might have been. I see if the North Pole of Saturn was aligned to all of the. Guess what's at the North Pole of Saturn? There's a fucking huge hexagon. What we were just saying about a hexagon there. And so if all the planets were aligned, and this was after, see that last level we looked at there with the eye, that was the proto-Saturn. That was before it got into this configuration. Imagine all the planets were lined up like this. And the North Pole, the North Pole was aligned to the North. Everything was all aligned actually. North to north, south to south. See, when you look to the north, guess what you would see? The frickin' hexagon. You would see the hexagon. But it's not certain whether it was there at the time. I think it would be cool if it was, but when you think about it, it might have been. I mean, where did Venus come from? Venus could have been ejected from here after or before it turned into a hexagon, or made that shape. The Birkeland current because this was forming it as a big Birkeland current. you don't know whether that shape is that form is a new form, or was it there at the time of this polar configuration? Because if it was, there would be some mad energy coming from here, going through all of these. Do you not think? Do you not think there would be some mad energy coming? If all the planets were aligned along the actual poles, could you imagine? See the energy that comes through that? The tubes, the galactic tubes that connect that to the nearest to the sun, to the nearest galactic filament. The amount of power that's coming through that. The souls could travel through it. You could travel through it. Your thoughts could travel through it. All that kind of thing. But imagine if all the planets were aligned like this. Imagine the power that's coming from the North Pole of anybody. And basically all the planets were in the line of it. This be pressing Q. See, every time I press Q, these particles get more and more and more and more. Which is not supposed to be like that. Basically, that was us. And basically, oh jeez. And if you see that other level, I've got the Mars that comes close to the Earth. Mars came close to the Earth. His orbit got disturbed and it came closer to the Earth. And then there was huge discharges that happened. And it would not have been fun to be on the surface during that time. Wow, man. Imagine the sound as well. Well, they sound in space, but whoa, it's scary. That's fucking scary, man. You see behind here, that's Jupiter. See it? Hiding there, just waiting to overthrow. Because the configuration got put out of balance. If you look at it from a distance, you can really look at it from a different point of view. Look at it with a perspective, you know. I mean, how did this happen? How the hell does that configuration end up happening? After you've got a proto-Saturn that had Earth and Mars inside the proto-Saturn, it's been travelling through space for millions and millions of years. It came from the dwarf galaxy of Sagittarius. That's where we came from. That's where the Saturnian system came from, was the dwarf Sagittarius galaxy. And it's been spiralling for millions of years in that egg. And then it came to it came close to the sun, and the sun has pulled it in. The sun is kicking about somewhere, I don't know where it is. And it's formed this configuration and lined up, the planets have all lined up, and then some strange things have happened. You know, Venus, the morning star, has appeared as a comet, and it's either been ejected from the North Pole of Saturn or it's been ejected from the red spot in Jupiter. We're not exactly sure where it came from, but it's a new body, and when it appeared, it aligned in between Mars and Saturn, and it caused absolute catastrophe. It was a Death Star, and it completely reshaped the whole world, so it did. And it devastated Mars, absolutely devastated it. There's no life on Mars now. Well, on the surface anyway. There could be like things under the surface and things like bases, Mars bases, and places like that. But the place is barren. The place is desolate. It's got no atmosphere because it got completely torn to pieces by the morning star. And it hit Earth as well. And see the canyons, the Grand Canyon on Earth, that got formed by these lightning discharges. They formed the Grand Canyon. They carved out the Grand Canyon. They tell you that it's some geological feature. No, Venus the morning star carved it to pieces. So it did. And also the Olympus Mons is a big blister from an electrical discharge. You've got the Valles Marineris is a big huge scar on Mars. It got scarred by Venus. Bush. Scarred. Slashed. Venus slashed it. Right across the face. There's a big deep scar. Don't know what was going on at that time for that to happen. But Valles Marineris is not a geological feature, it's a discharge event that happened in one day, and it would have been absolutely terrifying to see that, to hear it. Absolutely terrifying. It would have scarred your psyche. It would have changed the whole population, the way they thought and everything. It would have blinded them, would have evaporated them if they weren't inside mountains or somewhere. Get to safety. Get to safety, because if you were exposed to these cosmic thunderbolts, they would just vaporise you in a second. Gone instantly, vaporised, nothing left of you. Completely terrifying. And if you look at it from a distance, right, you can really get a sense of the scale. The sense of, there's people living on this planets down there, there's civilizations that have been careening through space for billions and billions of years, and then all of a sudden they got attracted by the sun. Saturn started to flare as it emitted light, as it came into the because it's an anode, and as it came into the sun's influence, it ignited. It ignited because of the electrical difference, and it discharged, and so it was like a lot of light coming from Saturn at that time. It's a huge story. They should make a movie about it, but they don't want you to know about it because it's the Earth's secret history, true history. They don't want you to know about it. There should have been multiple movies made about this by now. Imagine the movie this would make. Why have they not made a movie about it? Because they don't want you to know. That's why. Electric Universe. They've helped put some of the pieces together. This is our true history, by the way. But it's completely different to what we've been told. It's absolutely fascinating, and it's amazing, and it should interest you. And I think it's related to what's going on right now. Or it's relevant. I think your past, because see, if we don't know where we've been, we don't know where we're going. It's a really good thing to know your true history. And again, if you look at this from a distance, you can see how just how I mean, look at this little system here that's just formed. It's just been captured and just been caught into this alignment. This actually happened. This formation actually happened. All these asteroids, I don't know about them. And the sun was somewhere, because the sun attracted Saturn here in the first place, but it's off somewhere. So let's try and find this level. Anyway, what about this? Let's talk a bit about gematria. Because see, I was saying I sold my let me put this keyboard down. I sold my graphics card on eBay. My other one. Well, on eBay I bought a MIDI controller called the Newmark Omni control. Right, look at this. You watch, I don't press stop here. There it is there. It's the Omni control. I bought it a few months ago because it's compatible with tractors. Okay, so I bought that, and for some reason I put the box here. See it? For some reason I put the box there. So for some reason I'm putting boxes in strange places, man. So I'm being embodied by the cosmos. That's why. Look at this, by the way. See if you go to gematria. Gematria. Right? Type in. Zoom in. Type in Omni control. Omni control. 888. 888, baby. 888. So it comes up as 888. Very interesting. And it's, look what it is. Look where I put it. It's right in the centre, right there. Is that not strange? Is that not strange? Also, right, see when I was, cause I sleep in this room a lot, right? See when I went to sleep in all like my acoustic tiles. Whoa! I was sleeping in the room one time, right? In that room in there. And it was dead quiet, I had everything dead quiet. And I'm kinda looking at gematria. And I'm typing in things. And so I'm typing in like what is light? I asked it what is light? Then I asked it who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? Because I wanted to know, like, just what it said basically. And it came up as 888. Wow! 888. By the way, right, do you want to see something else? Want to see something else? Yes. See if we type in Beacon Mountain. Beacon Mountain. Right, hold on. Wow. 888. See that? The trump card. 888. Can you see that? Do you know what the Beacon Mountain is? That's Ben Lomond. And there's loads of this kind of stuff anyway, there's loads, it's just really interesting. See the Ben Lomond is Allfather. And it's also the third eye and the heart chakra. Just look at these things, it's kind of interesting. So I'm going to try and look for this level again. They say there's a lot of eyes and things that are showing up in my work. Basically, I've seen things on the ground that I see in the sky. What was that yesterday? Aye, strange. And see when you look at gematria, type in the universe, this eye in the sky comes up. Yeah, you study gematria, just put things into it, see what comes up, you'll see that it's magic, and there's a lot going on behind reality. The numbers behind reality is like numerical and mathematical, and you can look behind reality from using gematria if you know how to use it, and you can see the significance and what it does. You can use it as a tool. It can help you to look beyond. If you want to get a vibe about something, put it through gematria and it'll tell you the vibe. You'll feel it in the things that comes back. Right, so I'm going to end the video. Whoa! I just pressed control and something. So signing off. Stay strong.